that may be the first step we need to get away from the self-deception. When we are able to be with our soul quality, with the quality that we came in this planet to deliver, we don't need anything to change for us to experience our being in its entirety. We need to come into terms with the fact that this was serving a purpose, and some self-compassion is needed in this journey. Because if we constantly beat ourselves up for trying to control whatever we're trying to control, then it's not really helping anyone. It just becomes an exercise in self-pity. Hey guys, this is Coach KP, and today I'm going to talk to you about the need for us to meet people where they are versus where we think they should be in our journey and in their journey. So a lot of times what ends up happening is we try to create scenarios, or we try to control people by creating scenarios, or by setting expectations, or by hooking them somehow to doing things the way we want them to do. And what this is doing is, A, it's focusing us away from our own journey, and B, it's causing a distraction or a detriment to this person that we're coming into relationship with into their journey. Because ultimately, we're all free beings in our core. And in our core, none of us needs fixing. When we are able to be with our soul quality, with the quality that we came in this planet to deliver, we don't need anything to change for us to experience our being in its entirety. In other words, the control that we want to have over people, places, things, circumstances is just an illusion. Because even if we were successful in creating that level of control, we have given up on our own spiritual path, because it requires a lot of energy for us to be able to control other people, control the situation, even if we were to succeed at it temporarily. In the long run, it becomes apparent to us that control is an illusion, because in the long run, it's not sustainable. And we see this over and over and over again, because we get frustrated when things are not going our way. By trying to control circumstances, by trying to have these expectations, have these hooks on other people, that eventually leads us to feeling disappointed. So then, what can we do? What can we do to give up this need for control? We need to understand that this need for control, this need to have control over others, is a need that stems from deep inside of us, because either that control is giving us a sense of safety, or that level of control is getting us something in return. If it's not safety, maybe it's a need, maybe it's an emotional need that is fulfilling. Right? Once we are able to recognize what it is that we're trying to achieve by exerting this control on this entity or a situationship or a relationship of any kind, and this doesn't necessarily have to be just romantic relationship, but any kind of a relationship, then we are able to then see what this need is, B, be able to give what it is that we want from these external circumstances, other people, to ourselves. Maybe we can. And if we cannot, then accept the fact that this need at this current moment may not be met, and we are still okay. Okay, it's not a death sentence. And if something is a death sentence, and if something is dire or toxic enough for us to get out of, and we need to control scenarios because of this toxicity that we're experiencing, maybe we are going about this in a very solitary way. Maybe we've stopped seeking help from other people in a genuine fashion rather than trying to control situations. Maybe we need a sense of support, either from our higher power or through other people in our lives, right? Now, every situation is individual. So we need to make an assessment of what it is that we are missing in this situation that's trying to get us to control this person. And once we're able to understand the need for our control, then we need to find the solution. That's the thick and the thin of it. Of course, when things are happening in our lives and when the rubber is meeting the road, it's difficult. It may be difficult for us to come to an awareness that we are trying to control things and it is causing us frustration, or it will cause us frustration down the line. But awareness is the key. We may not always even have to stop doing what we're doing. So in other words, let's say we're trying to control a situation, we're trying to control a person, and we come to a realization that, hey, this is causing me a lot of stress or frustration, but I can't help it at this moment. And that may be okay. That may be the first step we need to get away from the self-deception. Because when we deceive ourselves, when we think that by controlling this situation, we're going to feel better, that temporary sense of relief down the line is going to reward us to continue to be in this path of toxic behavior, right? So when we learn that we are doing this and this is a deeper need inside of us is the reason we're doing this, the awareness will help us next time when this need arises to be more aware, to be more aware. The next time, the time after that, we learn to understand that this is a need that I'm fulfilling, and maybe I don't need to go about it this way. Maybe there is an alternative. And throughout all of this, throughout this process of trying to control circumstances, people, and being on this path to freeing everyone and in turn freeing yourself, or freeing yourself and then in turn freeing everyone else from that control, we need to come into terms with the fact that this was serving a purpose and some self-compassion is needed in this journey. Because if we constantly beat ourselves up for trying to control whatever we're trying to control, then it's not really helping anyone. It just becomes an exercise in self-pity, and it's not doing a whole lot of good to any one of us. So that's my message for today. I hope you continue on your path to releasing control, if that has been one of your realizations lately. And if it hasn't, it's all the better. Okay, this is Coach KP. Peace.